Hi guys, I'm a Forester here with the second video in one day. I don't think I've ever done that before. And while I was setting up, I'm in a different location from where I normally film. I lost the clip that goes on this mic, so I'm trying to make do. Hopefully the audio quality is good. I don't have any script for this video, but I have something on my mind that I just wanted to talk about. And before the sun completely sets, I thought I would try to make a video. This might be long and rambling since I don't have a script to go by, but I've been hunting for a new pickup. Now, I made a video a while back about the pickup that I drive, and I drive a GMC Sierra. It's a 2002 model, and so it's 2025 now, but it's basically 22 years old, and I've got my money's worth out of it. It has 192,000 miles. It still runs just fine. I had a little bit of a problem with it a while back, but I put a new battery in it, and that was really the only problem. And so it's running fine, and I can keep running as long as I want to. So that's a good position to be in. I actually have 4 vehicles. My wife drives one, I drive the other 3. So I take my choice each day depending on what I'm going to do, where I'm going to go, as to what I drive. But I thought end of 2024, I'll take a look at, I had some time off, and I would take a look at new pickup trucks, what's available out there. So I did. I went to, and I decided what I was looking for was a regular cab. What I have now is an extended cab, but I wanted a regular cab. It's just my wife and I and maybe one grandchild. So a regular cab with a front bench seat would work just fine for me. And I wanted a 6.5-foot bed. So I wanted a full-size pickup with a 6.5-foot bed. And so anyway, that's what I set out to look for. So I'll describe the vehicles that I looked at, what I found. And I'm going to ask your opinion at the end of this video. So I went to 4 different makers. I went to Toyota, I went to Chevrolet, I went to Ford, and I went to Honda. All 4 dealerships are in my general area. They're not too far away. So I really don't have any brand loyalty. I have bought probably 6 or 7 vehicles over my life, and they range all over the board. I've had a Honda before, I've had a GMC, I've had a Ford, and I've driven a Dodge. So, and we have a Toyota also. So I went first, I'll just go one by one and try to not make this too long. I want to get to the question eventually, but I went to Toyota first. And what I found was they did not have what I was looking for on the lot, and it really wasn't a popular model. What they tended to carry was mid to top of the line Toyota Tundras. And the price range was what shocked me. So the price, I didn't write all this down, but I don't think I found anything below $60,000. And the prices ranged on up into the 80s, and there may have even been a $90,000 vehicle, and that was Toyota. So I pretty much just wrote them off. Plus, I hear they're having some quality issues right now. So I went there once and I didn't go back. I went to Chevrolet, and actually they had a bunch of top of the line vehicles, and they were similar price, not quite as high as Toyota, but they did have what I was looking for. It was in their fleet division, and I think they had 3 standard cab pickups with a 6.5-foot bed. They were the cheapest of the vehicles that I found by the end of my search. And they were good vehicles. I drove them. I had 2 problems with them. One was the engine. It was a turbo 4-cylinder engine. I have no experience with it. I don't know if you have. You can comment if you have experience with that engine. I wonder about the longevity of it, and I didn't particularly like the sound of the engine or how it shifted so rapidly. I think it would put stress on the engine. So anyway, that was one problem. What was the other one? Oh, they were all white. So I've driven a lot of white pickup trucks in my career, and you know, I don't particularly want a personal pickup truck that's white. So that sort of put them at the bottom of my list, although they were the cheapest. The price of the the Silverados was right at $39,000. That was MSRP sticker price. So then I went on to the Ford. I was looking at Fords. And the Fords, I told them what I wanted. They had a lot of higher end vehicles. They were high priced like the others, in the 50s, 60s, maybe $70,000 range, and not quite as expensive as the Toyotas. But when I described what I wanted, they said, you know what, there was an old fella just like you that came in here a while back and wanted a regular standard cab, long bed, and we ordered it for him. We found it and ordered it, and it's still sitting here on the lot, but he's waiting to supercharge it and put a supercharger on it. And so it's sold already, but you can at least look at it. Well, I looked at it, and that's the vehicle that I wanted. That's what I was looking for. And the price of it was $40,000. So, you know, I've never paid MSRP. I've always paid at least 10% below MSRP with the new vehicles that I bought. So I figured that would put me down around 36, maybe even a little bit lower since it's end of the year, and it was a 2024 model. So anyway, I didn't test drive it since it was already sold and they didn't have another on the lot. But they did give me a sticker, window sticker for the vehicle, and I forgot to bring that out. I'll go get it and pause the video in a little bit. But I really liked the vehicle. That's the one. It had a lot of nice features on it, and it was still reasonably priced. So then, well, I made an offer that day for the vehicle. And long and short is they did not negotiate hardly at all. They came down maybe $1,200, something, $1,200 or $1,300, something like that, but nowhere near 10%. And I enjoy the process of car shopping or truck shopping. A lot of people don't, but I really enjoy the process of car shopping. And so I enjoyed talking to the salesman. I enjoyed talking to his manager. And at the end of the day, though, I realize I'm in control because I'm the one writing the check. And so I thanked them for their help, and we've continued to talk, but I left. And I don't know that we can come together. So then I got a wild hair and I went to Honda. I know Honda doesn't have a full-size pickup, but they do have a Ridgeline, and it has some really neat features that I like. Well, I test drove it, and it drove better than any of the trucks that I've driven because basically it's on the Pilot frame. I did make an offer on that vehicle, and they negotiated less than anybody. I think they came down maybe $750. They really didn't negotiate at all. I thanked them and left. So that's where it stands. But on the way home, so I made 2 offers, had both turned down, and I left happy to, I make an offer that if they take it on that first visit, I'll be glad, I'll be happy with the price that I paid. And so I'll continue looking. But on the way home, I thought, are vehicles really at inflated prices? I mean grossly inflated prices, because that's what you really hear, that vehicles are just at super high prices. And so I thought, when I get home, I'm going to get out, because I saved the window stickers for any new vehicle that I purchase. And I thought, I'm going to go through my old pickup and take out the window sticker for when I purchased it back in 2002. It's yellow now, but it's neat to keep these because you get a lot of information that you wouldn't have maybe otherwise. But I got that out, and I worked through. I said, if this was inflated, the MSRP on this sticker was inflated by 2% per year for 22 years, what would that exact same vehicle that I purchased back in 2002, what would the MSRP be on it today at 2% per year? Well, I won't, I forgot to bring that out also. I had a sheet where I worked it out on. But it came out 2% a year for 22 years. Oh, and the sticker price of this one, and I'll show you this at the end of the video, but it's $27,929. $27,929. That was in 2002. At 2%, this same vehicle inflates to $44,000, which is exactly which is more than these 4 vehicles that I looked at. I looked at 4 vehicles. One was a Colorado, just to have apple comparison with that and the Ridgeline. But exactly the price of the Honda, and a little bit more, a few $1,000s more than the others. So I guess my question to you is, do you feel like vehicles today at our grossly inflated prices? I've seen comments on YouTube that trucks have priced out, the MSRP or sales price of trucks have priced the middle class out of owning a new truck. And you know, that may be true for the mid to higher end trucks, but for the truck that I'm looking for, I think it's fairly reasonable. And that's what this little exercise of taking my truck and inflating it 2% per year showed me, is that for the truck that I want right now, it's not exactly equivalent to the Sierra that I'm driving, but roughly it's in the same ballpark, around $40,000 to $44,000 a year. Now, I did not pay the price that's on here, the sticker price, $27,929. As best I recall, I paid, it was around $24,500 or $25,000. So I always got, and I bought 3 trucks from the salesman who sold me this one, and he always gave me a pretty good deal. He knew that I was looking for about 10%. The most I've ever gotten off of a new vehicle was 15%, but I think I got about 10% off of this one. So give me your comments, give me your advice, what what I'm looking for and about the price that I'm looking to pay. I'd like to pay somewhere around $35,000 to $38,000, and I think I'll get there, but I'm not in a rush because I've got 3 vehicles that I can choose from to drive each day. GMC pickup, a Buick Regal, and a Genesis, 8-cylinder Genesis. That's my toy, the fun vehicle to drive. And so I can take my pick. I don't have to have a new vehicle, but it would be nice to have a vehicle that I would be driving for the next 5 to 10 years. The Honda salesman told me, he tried to sell me on the Ridgeline by saying that it was the most reliable of the vehicles that I'm looking at. And he said it would last me 20 years. And I said, well, you're missing one point. I'm 70 years old, or almost 70. I'm claiming 70 now, by the way. But I said, I'm 70 years old. I'm not going to be driving this vehicle for 20 years. I'll be lucky to drive it for 10 years. And so that sort of took the air out of those sails of his argument. But I enjoy the process of car shopping. Some people don't. And at one time, I thought maybe I would go into business, have a sideline business of being a personal car shopper. But I tried it, and on the first person, it was a test case. I learned a lesson that men do not like other men shopping for them for vehicles. So I let that sort of slide, but I enjoy the process, and eventually I'll buy one. I'm not in any rush. But anyway, give me your advice, give me your comments. I enjoy reading your comments, and so I'll reply to all of them that are made. Okay, I'm back. And I brought out the paperwork that I was talking about. So this is the truck that I purchased in 2002. This is my 2002 GMC Sierra. And I don't know if you can see much from that. But anyway, this is the truck that I want. So this is the Ford F-150 that I found. Yeah. And I don't know if you can see that. I'll get as close as I can to some of the details. It had an 8-cylinder V8. There are the features that are on it, and somewhere on there is the price. Right here, $40,000. And that's what I'm saying, is that inflated or not? It's not based on the calculations that I made. All right, y'all take care. See you later. Bye.